All right, hello everyone. This is Coffee Chug, and today was officially announced that the Google Calendar is going to be integrated into the classroom. So after several weeks of speculation and waiting for when that was going to be, it has finally arrived. So let's take a look at it so you can see how this calendar can impact your Google Classroom, and how it will make your life easier, and also how it will help you communicate with parents. So if you already have a Google Class set up, you're not going to see it right away. What you're going to need to do is just post an assignment, and once you do, the calendar becomes created for you on your Google Calendar. Now, if you create a brand new classroom, now that this feature is live, it'll automatically generate that calendar for you. And so what I've done here is I just created a mock assignment, and basically what I did was just announce that Google Calendar is live. I just posted that this morning. And so people were able to see the image that was the notification that popped up saying, here you go, congratulations, new calendar is ready to go. So I already posted the assignment, and now if you go to your Google Calendar, and so I've opened up my Google Calendar here, you can see that assignment right here. On Friday for September 25th is the due date, and so it's going to be live right there. All the details that you put in for the assignment is obviously posted, and it's good to go. And you can see then previous assignments are obviously shared from that assignment, anything that was shared within the Google Classroom. So this is a question, so it shows up a little bit different. It's not the bold red. And if I go over here to my calendars, you can see that it's right here. The Coffee Chug Technology class is checked. It's right there ready to go. And so that's a very, very nice feature for you to have. Now, within the stream, you can't access the Google Calendar. Where that is located at is if you go to your About section of your Google Classroom. Down here, you've got two options. One, you can open up this classroom in your calendar. And so if you do that, it's going to take you right to the calendar that I had just shared, and these things should pop up as they have. The other option then is to click right here, View in Classroom, and it just basically embeds that calendar right into the classroom so you can see all the options that you have. Now what Google Classroom will do, it'll post anytime you post a question or an assignment or things like that, it's going to pop up on the calendar. But just like a regular Google Calendar for anything else, I could go through and I can modify my own event. So, I could go here if I wanted to, add an event, say I have a field trip. That's not really an assignment, not something I want to post necessarily. I could put that in. The key is just to make sure that you choose the right classroom. And so I could add that here. Boom. I could create an event, and there it is. And so that's now embedded on my calendar. So if I were to refresh this back here in my Google Classroom, that should pop up. So the nice thing about this is the fact that we will be able to then see these options as a teacher, but also as a student. So these assignments, these questions will show up on their own Google Calendar. And so as more teachers begin to use this, the assignment notebook is just another option for them to have access to information all the time whenever they need it. Obviously, of course, as long as they have Wi-Fi or internet. Now, the other critical piece to this, which I think is going to be very, very helpful, is that you're going to be able to share this calendar out with parents. So just a couple things with that as we go through this here. And so if I want to, I just need to go ahead and open up my Google Calendar like I've already done here. And then I'm going to want to modify this, and I can make the calendar public. And I could then either do one of two things. If you have a Google website that you share your information, you could just embed that calendar right into the assignment or right into that website. Obviously, everybody can see it that way. And so you could share your link out with parents. If you don't use a Google site, you could then just make the calendar public and share that link with parents, and they could have access to that as well, and they could start to see all the assignments that are in there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and show you how to do this. So here's my classroom. I'm going to choose this down arrow here, and these options pop up. I can make it any color I want. Red for me is fine. But for this sake, what I want to do is show you how to share. So I'm just going to choose share this calendar, and I can take a look at this, and what I'm going to want to do is one of two things. I could go in and I could make this calendar public. I could export this calendar. You can delete it here. Right here, if I wanted to embed it and put it into a website, I could. So I could copy this and I can insert that anywhere. So like for me, I use WordPress. I could embed this calendar right into a WordPress page. So it doesn't just have to be a Google site. It could be whatever you use, if you use Weebly or any other Wix or whatever website you use. The other thing you could do then is obviously share this calendar out by getting the link. And so in calendar settings, what you're going to want to do is then track that down and find the calendar address, which is right here. All right, I can go through. You're going to have to make this calendar public, so as you add assignments, make sure you're cautious, make sure you don't put kids' names in there and things of that nature, which I don't think you would do, but always be careful of that. So I can choose, I'm going to share this with others. I'm going to make this calendar public. Once I hit this save option here, it's going to give me a direct link. I'm going to say yes. All right, let me go back into my settings now. All right, and now I can go out and I can share this link here with the teachers. So I just got to go to my calendar address. It should be in here now. All right, and right there it is. Here's my ID. You can send that out, and then depending on what they want to share, here's the link. You can copy and paste this into iCal. There's your XML and your HTML. So all these work. You just send that out to parents, and then they can add it to their own calendars, which makes it pretty nice. So there are just some basic uses of the Google Calendar. It's just one more item to the classroom that's going to make our lives more effective, keep ourselves organized, and everything else. And so as you use this, I would love to hear how that works out for you, how you're integrating it, how you're using it, so we can continue to share ideas and make that work, and we'll go from there. So good luck with the calendar. It is here. We've been waiting patiently. It is time to celebrate.